Hey, welcome back to Cards and Comics. So today I'm going to start a new series I'm calling What's in the Box. How I collect is I pick cards in boxes for storage, just like most people. And right here is one of my newest PCs. I call it All Time Greats. And so this is a new one I started. And it really came about because I was selling certain cards last year, like Mike Trout, Jordans, things like that. And I thought, well, those are hard to replace. And, I should start keeping some of those bigger, nice cards, in a separate collection, just so I'm not tempted to sell and have to replace them or kind of miss them when they're gone. So this is kind of how I collect, how I think about my collection. I have different PCs in different boxes. So I've got my Griffies, my Trouts, I've got my 50s and 60s Hall of Famers, So I've got a box for almost everything in my personal collection. My Pirates collection takes up more boxes than I can actually think of. In fact, I've got probably 400 to 500 Pirates cards sitting waiting to be sorted and boxed. So this is kind of my newest, PC I started. So I'll show it to you because it's my probably my littlest PC. As this one's kind of like, to get into this collection, you have to be a pretty big card, big player, big card. So obviously, these are hard to come by for me. So when I put something in this box, it's going to be hopefully pretty good. Not every card in here is super expensive, but it's of a player I really like. And yeah, so we'll get into it. Open this box up and we'll start from the beginning here. Now it's a mixture of all sports, so here we go. First card. So here we go. This is a 2009, 2010 Studio Proofs Gold Signature Kobe Bryant Auto. There you go. And it is 910, and yeah, these autos are numbered out of 25. So yeah, hopefully you can see it. It's a nice auto. That's the one thing I like on these. When I look at these cards like this, these autos that are, like where I'm really just buying a card for the auto, not the real the card itself. I don't care as much about the grades. So yeah, having just a 9 grade doesn't bother me. It's just about the auto. So yep. So first card, Kobe Bryant 0910 Studio Proof, number to 25. Yeah, and yeah, so one Kobe Bryant in the book. And next up, it is a 2005 2006 Upper Deck Sweet Spot Signature Shots, LeBron James 8510. And again, looking for the auto, don't care too much about the card grade itself. It's a fairly early LeBron, so it's a little different signature, I think, than what he has today. I call it on card, and some people wouldn't. They think that it's kind of on a piece of material. But to me, it's not like a sticker auto, so I view it as a cooler auto. And again, LeBron's autos are really hard to find nowadays, so I'm glad I got this. So my Kobe and LeBron autos to start out with. And next up is Tom Brady Treasures Colossal Signature. So these are numbered to 10. So yeah, so this is a Tom Brady out of Treasures, numbered to 10. And let's see what year it is. It looks like it's a 16, 2016. So again, yeah, this is really about, a couple years ago, I started to pick up some Brady autos, and I had some other cool ones. I sold them, and then I said, hey, I got to keep some of these guys around. So there's my first Tom Brady. The second one I've got here is another Brady auto, but this is kind of a different thing in terms of, one of my favorite sets that Panini makes is plates and patches, because price point, it never really is expensive, but you get these really awesome on-card autos in this product. And I've got a really nice Mahomes auto. He's not in this collection yet. I have a lot of Mahomes stuff, but I haven't really crossed him over to the all-time great yet. I think if he wins a Super Bowl, another couple MVPs, and yeah, it would definitely cross over. But right now he's not. But I have some nice stuff at him, and these plate and patches cards are really nice. And again, from a cost perspective, they're really not that expensive compared to other years. So this is 2018, and so yeah, one of my favorite sets, one of my favorite players, and nice to have an on-card auto. And then the last Brady I have in here is, I believe it's last year's Flawless. Let's see. It is, 2019. I opened up 3 cases of this, or 3 boxes, I guess you could say, a full case. This was one of the hits. And once I got it, I said, well, I want to get a couple of these base Flawless cards of every major player I collect. And so now I have a Mahomes. I actually have the Kyler Murray from this set, the actual base rookie, which I can show off in maybe another video. But yeah, so I really like the base Flawless Diamonds, and this is just a cool card. I think it's going to be one of those cards, kind of like some of the inserts you get that are just sought after. I think these kind of cards will be sought after for Brady in years to come. But to me, it's part of both my personal collection, because I really like Flawless cards. I have a lot of them in my collection, and combining it with a base short print of kind of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and I think it's a cool combo, and I like it in the PC. Next up, got it last year, again in my Flawless box, number 2 of 10, Joe Namath patch auto out of Flawless. So I think Namath definitely qualifies as all time. This is on card patch auto number out of 10. Just awesome card. I pulled it myself. I kept it. I think it definitely qualifies as an all-time great. Next up, it's a really cool card. It is a National Treasures. It's a triple auto. I know it's a sticker auto, but all the autos are on the sticker. There's no cutoffs. And these 3 players, Staubach, Montana, and Aaron Rodgers on one card is pretty cool. Part of this collection has morphed into a little bit of a multi-auto thing, which I kind of got into a little bit, just because some of these pairings are either hard to do because maybe somebody's doesn't sign much, or in some cases deceased, makes the pairings a little more special. But in this case, just having 3 of these major Hall of Famers on one card is just cool. And so there's that one out of Treasures. And then the Flawless theme comes back. Here is a Peyton Manning. This is out of 2015, so it's a little bit earlier Flawless, but that dual patch auto is just super, super sweet. It's a 9/5/10, so it's a really nice grade. Flawless cards do grade pretty nice. Cards like this are usually encased. And again, it's numbered out of 10, so a lot of times these vet patch autos are out of 10, out of Flawless. And again, it's hard to probably make a patch auto card nicer than this card. So I'm very excited to have that in the PC. And then, just another Manning auto. So, this one isn't quite as nice, an 8/5/10. Really nice auto out of 2003 Upper Deck Finite. Again, fits the collection a little bit, another Manning auto. I pulled this next one out of the box too, so this is kind of a theme too, is I do like, if I pull one of these cards like this, I will keep it and just throw it in my collection. This is number 2 of 5 out of Plates and Patches again. So, it's the Hall of Fame series. So a lot of times Panini and multiple products will have these kind of class or Hall of Fame induction cards, or the Hall of Fame designation for the autos. And yeah, this one is just a cool on-card auto. Again, like I said about Plate and Patches, it's not an expensive product compared to other kind of mid-tier Panini products. And I think it's undervalued, but I just think it also offers great cards like that on card, and I pulled it, and so I kept it. Next up, Flawless Ben Roethlisberger, Terry Bradshaw. And I think, I think Roethlisberger is obviously a Hall of Famer, and I think this Terry Bradshaw is a really cool dual auto, and I think it's obviously the two best quarterbacks that the Steelers have ever probably had or will have for a long time. On one card, on card, numbered out of 10. Just a really cool card. I think if you're a Steelers fan, this is the kind of card you want out of 19 flawless. Again, I didn't pull this one, but I buy it. But I did pull the next one. You'll see a theme here. I did pull this Jerry Rice. So I think Jerry Rice falls to an all-time great for sure. Out of 19 flawless, I pulled this out of one of my boxes. Auto's perfect. Card itself, numbered out of 10. And very similar to a lot of the other autos I've gotten and where I've shown in this video. So again, really fits into this collection. It's not all about flawless, but flawless tends to be a big part of it. And like this card here. And again, I pulled this in last year's cases. So my case breaks last year were really nice on flawless. I've had, some big cards out of flawless. I think the biggest one was the rookie year Saquon Barkley Nike patch auto 101. Sold that for a lot of money. Basically paid for my two cases, that one card, and everything else was kind of free. That's what you can do out of flawless. Flawless is going to be uber expensive this year, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford it. Again, maybe one box. I always try to do at least one. This year, just everything lined up. The prices weren't astronomical, and I was able to get a few, boxes more than I would normally do. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers, just super nice patch auto. Sorry, not patch auto, but regular auto. Numbered out of 10. Again, pulled it. And then here is, again, kind of that theme around the base diamonds. This is number 5 of 7 out of last year's flawless. I'm really liking it. Again, I got the Murray and a few other players as well, and their base diamonds. Next up, LaDainian Tomlinson Contenders auto rookie card. It's only a 7, but these cards are really hard. They chip so easily. There's not going to be a lot of 10s unless they're trimmed. Don't get me started on these kind of cards and how many of them are trimmed. Let's just face it, guys. I mean, it's a fact. This card I think is honest. I don't think it's been trimmed, so I don't mind having the collection in that grade. And this guy was amazing. I think it's really undervalued. His cards in general. The Contenders autos are tough. Next up, I got this in a trade with my buddies in Indianapolis and the Baseball Card Exchange. I traded a few basketball cards this summer, and this was kind of thrown in the deal. And I don't have a Hank Aaron auto. It's on card. I like the tier 1 autos. I have a lot of good Mike Trout autos. And that's another play you don't see here is my Mike Trout autos. I think I'll be slowly adding some of them into this collection as I go by, but none yet. Next up is a really cool card out of Exquisite. It's a Ken Griffey Jr. and Frank Thomas dual auto. And I've been wanting this card with these guys on it for a while. I believe some autos came out this year. I think out of maybe Finest with Griffey and Thomas on them both, out of Tops. But yeah, those sold a little higher than I was looking to pay. And the thing I liked about this card was even though it's a sticker auto, it's out of Exquisite, which is a higher end set. But you can't really tell it's 2 sticker autos. They did a good job centering them on the white piece of the card. So yeah, if you look close, you can see it's stickers. But yeah, I still like it. I think it's a really interesting card. And again, it's Exquisite, which is, to me, a higher end product. A little nicer looking card itself. So, but yeah, I'm a big Griffey collector. And having those two together just is awesome for me. Now, this card really hits a lot of sweet spot for me. It's out of 2001 Fleer Legacy. So it's a pretty old card. I mean, 19 years old. But it mimics the 93 Ultra set, which didn't have a Jeter. But it's just cool to see that 93 set, which could have had the Jeter, in an auto and on card as well. And it's a 910. I think that's a very undervalued card. I think it's just a really, really nice card. Very retro. Fits my collection really well. Next up is probably my favorite Jeter auto. Is kind of like a Jeter auto that I've had a few times, and I finally just decided to throw it in here. It's the 97 Bowman. I think this is, when growing up, this is like kind of the first Jeter auto I really remember seeing in person, and and just reading about it, trying to pull it out of the pack. I mean, it was just something that, by 97, 98, he was, very popular. So finding or getting this card has been special, and it's a nice, really good auto. This card can have a lot of problems with the auto. And again, it's a 9, so it's a good grade. But really, that auto is what you got to look for. And sometimes it's bubbly and not a great auto. Next up is Maddox, Smoltz, and Chipper Jones. So if you're a Braves collector, this is a really nice card. But yeah, all 3-on-1. It's a triple thread, so obviously they're stickers, but still a nice card. And I like the subject because they were obviously a great team in the 90s and 3 really important players. Next up, I'm getting into the kind of the hockey part of my collection, which I do have some hockey cards, and this is a the Cup. This is Wayne Gretzky auto on card. And it's called like color coded, and these are really cool autos. I think Patrick Waugh is in the set, Lemieux. So I like to actually have this whole set. It's just a really cool set, really nice. It's like an acetate type card. So yeah, it's just really nice cards. Obviously, it's a high end product. These kind of cards, are expensive, but this one's out of 22. And it's interesting that it has such a high print run out of the product, because you saw the flawless is out of 10 for most cards like that. So so the Cups, I think, are a little more printed than flawless. And my last 2 cards, first up is a dual auto, Mario Lemieux and Wayne Gretzky patch autos, and these are out of the Cup again. Super nice cards, super nice patches. You can see both of them on that card. So really like that card. And my last one is, I pulled this on a E-Pack Bobby Orr. I think Bobby Orr does fit. It's one of the greatest of all times. Now, and I like that Retro Legends card, so really cool. So now, one thing you didn't see in here, which is a major part of my other collection, which is Ken Griffey Jr. So I have, I want to say 20 to 30 Griffey autos that I've been collecting over the years. I have 20 to 30 Trout autos that aren't in here. So obviously, I'm keeping those in separate PCs, and so I didn't want to break up my PC. So I kind of made this deal that if I get a dual auto with Trout or Griffey on it, then they would be in this collection, not in the PC collections. And so I'm actively looking for a Trout Griffey auto. There's quite a few out there. And so I will be, that'll be on my list for next year, my collecting goals. And then that card will go in here. Then you'll see a Trout and Griffey auto on the same card, hopefully. And then, I have a few others. So I don't want to turn it into a completely dual auto collection. Obviously, I got a lot of single autos too. But, I've got some other players, Steph Curry, Giannis, obviously Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods. I mean, players like that. That's who I want in here. So actively looking for this card. So, but hopefully you enjoy the video, kind of show you a little bit how I collect, how I think about my collection, how I separate my cards a little bit into different niches. And again, when I put a card in this box, it's kind of like very momentous, because that card has to be a big card to me. It has to be part of a big, this big collection, and it has to kind of hang with these other cards. There's not a card in here that I can look at and go like, oh, that's a crappy card, or that's a card that doesn't have any meaning or value. So every card in there in this collection is a pretty big card for my overall my whole collection as a whole. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.